Original story. I, 17F, have two younger siblings, 14F, 13M. My mother works 8 a.m. 5 p.m. weekdays. When she gets off, she goes straight to my grandmother's house or her boyfriend's house and doesn't come home until 10 or 11 p.m. On weekends, she stays out at night. Whenever I ask to go out, which is rare, it's a no. Everyone has to come to my home, but then she complains about me inviting everyone over. I work a part-time summer job. I get paid enough for my needs and to put money aside for my upcoming senior events. When I get paid, I put about 50-75% of my money aside and buy whatever I need. I usually have enough to last me till the next time I get paid. My mother and I get paid the same week. She buys food with her first paycheck of the month, and I buy food with my second paycheck. My mother buys mostly frozen food, junk food, and canned goods. I, on the other hand, buy fruits and vegetables, sometimes snacks. So, about 3 days ago my mother bought the food she usually bought and left. I put away everything and continued my night. The next night, I went downstairs to find 90% of the food my mother bought was gone. I complained to my mother and she did nothing. I started to crave teriyaki and shrimp fried rice, so that's exactly what I bought. About 45 minutes later, it came and my siblings were complaining about how hungry they were. I told them to tell their mother, not me. A few minutes later, my mother came into my room screaming at me for not buying my siblings dinner. I told her they were her children, not mine, and I didn't have to buy them anything. She told me to remember that and walked out. I shrugged my shoulders and continued to eat. Yesterday, my mother took my siblings and me to the mall. I went on my own as usual and bought some pink Crocs. My sister found me and told me that my mother said that I had to buy her something. I told her I didn't have to buy her anything because she isn't my child. She left and told my mother. My mom called me and just whispered, yelled at me and hung up. I checked out and went to meet back up with my mom at our usual spot. After about 15 minutes, I called my mom to see where they were. She told me that she left and to find my own way home. I had my best friend take me home. When I got in, no one had said a word to me. Am I the idiot for saying what I said? Not the idiot. Don't raise her kids. Get out quickly. I'm hoping that's what the 50% 75% of the paycheck she's saving is for. Not the idiot. Hopefully, the mother has zero access to their bank account, etc. Otherwise, she may clear that out to prevent her built-in free babysitter from leaving. She should definitely make sure her mom can't take her money she's putting away. I had to buy a lockbox in high school to keep all my savings in for moving out because my mom and stepdad had a habit of taking money from my siblings and my bank accounts whenever they needed extra cash. Yep, my mom was a high school teacher for 35 years. She held money for a number of her under 18 students. We jokingly called it the envelope system, but she literally had an envelope with each student's name on it and a written record of their deposits and withdrawals. She kept the envelopes in a drawer in our house. It was a lifesaver for some of those kids because the money would have been stolen from them otherwise, either because it would have been taken from their rooms or bank accounts would have been raided, since they're usually joint with a parent when a kid is under 18. Then, when they were 18, she'd let them know how to open a bank account for themselves. Some of them genuinely didn't know and, when possible, made sure it was at a different bank than their parents'. I can't believe some parents are such pieces of garbage that they'd steal from their own children. Not the idiot. Report your mom to CPS for abandoning you at the mall if you think it will help cause your mom is being extremely neglectful. OP should have a leg to stand on for an abandonment case because there's got to be surveillance all over that joint. Update. Thank you all so much for the feedback. I wanted to clear a couple of things up first. 1. This hasn't been going on since I was little. It started about 1 year ago after I lost my older brother. 2. I have a direct deposit, so right when I get paid I put it into my digital savings account. 3. My nearest family is about 5-6 hours away, so besides my best friend, I wouldn't have any other place to go. 4. I am not a troll. A couple of people messaged me calling me a troll and pathetic. 5. I apologize for not clearing this up before. The grandmother's house she goes to after work is her mother's. Not my dad's. I really don't consider her family anymore since she did some unspeakable things. I decided not to call CPS because I didn't want to split up my siblings, but my paternal aunt and grandmother were already flying in to surprise visit us. They called my mother as soon as they landed. She is afraid of them, so she tried to make the house look as clean and neat as possible. When they came, they completely ignored my mom and went straight to us. When my mom went upstairs, I immediately burst into tears. I took my aunt into my room and told her everything that had been going on for the past year. She quickly got my grandmother. They both berated my mother, calling her unfit, a disappointment, and etc. While my mom was crying in the corner of the living room, my aunt gathered up all of our important documents and put them on her dashboard. My grandmother told my mother we're leaving with them for the week, and after their vacation down here, we're permanently staying with them. My grandmother owned a house not too far from where I lived that I was not aware of. If I knew, I most definitely would have been told her. I'll keep you all posted. Thank you so much. Your older brother was probably in your shoes before you lost him. It's difficult to see things from other people's perspectives till you're in the same situation. I was thinking this, it kinda makes me feel sad because probably all his effort wasn't seen. At least Op is going to have things a little less complicated now. I really hope her family helps them. Glad your aunt was smart and gathered all of your important documents. Just out of curiosity, was your mom always like this, or did she become like this after your older brother passed away? Sorry for your loss, by the way. Obviously, you don't have to answer. My mom apparently changed a lot after we lost my oldest sibling, but I was a baby, so I'm going on the words of my sisters. It took my mom years to get out of that depression anger funk. I'm just glad you have your aunt and grandmother step up. And it's 100% understandable why you didn't call CPS, because you knew they were coming for a visit. I hope everything works out for you and your siblings. OP. I was wondering the same because I was 17 when my older brother died and it made my mother go crazy. She ran off with a man she had just met, got married within a month of knowing the person, and stopped talking to everyone else in the family. It was hard and I had to move in with my older sister who already had her own kids to take care of. I didn't hear from her until COVID hit. I was around 21 because she was in the hospital clinging to life. She said it wasn't until she was lying in that bed fighting for her life that she realized that she let death cause such a rift that her other kids wouldn't have known until after if she were to die. I just hope OP knows they are not alone and that life will get easier, especially now that they have a more stable place to live. When my son, 14, was 8, we got a dog. He's half Great Dane and half some dog my friend's dog met during an unauthorized absence. My son loves this dog and does all the care for him, except vet stuff, and is a very responsible dog owner. This dog is pretty much his best friend. My wife is 12 weeks pregnant, and ever since we confirmed the pregnancy she has been acting weird around the dog. She avoids him, puts her hands over her stomach when he is around, and jolts whenever he makes noise. Today she told me she wants to rehome the dog. I asked her what she was talking about. She said she has been having anxiety that he will jump on her. This is completely unreasonable. He doesn't jump on people. We trained him not to jump on people or run into people very young because he is half Great Dane, and I felt this was important for all dogs, but especially one who could possibly grow to such a large size, which he did. There is no reason for her to think the dog will jump on her. She said that there is no way to know for sure that the dog won't jump on her, and if he does our baby could be hurt. This dog has never so much as growled at her. She said even if the dog doesn't jump on her, her anxiety about it is bad for her health. She said she needs the dog elsewhere for her safety and the baby's. I told her that there was no way. My son got this dog right after he lost his mom and imprinted it on him hard. Sometimes I think he loves the dog more than me. I'm not taking his dog. The dog didn't do anything. My wife said I am prioritizing the dog over her pregnancy. The dog isn't a threat to her pregnancy. If this were any other unreasonable request, I would just do it because she is pregnant. I just can't break my son's heart over a fear she has that makes no sense. Am I being an idiot? Not the idiot. Has she stopped driving? Has she started using a wheelchair so she won't fall? Is she refusing to use the stairs? She needs some counseling, genuinely, not being rude, to figure out why she is only fixated on the dog and reacting to sounds similar to PTSD symptoms. Did you train the dog not to jump because he pushed her over at some point? Was she pushed by a dog as a child or something? Something got in her head. Or she has always hated the dog and is manipulating you now that she sees her chance to get rid of it. I would microchip the dog if you haven't already. Make sure the info is up to date and see if she will seek counseling compromise. Your kid needs his dog. Not the idiot. Not the idiot. Animals are lifetime responsibilities. Pawning them off because she got pregnant would be a crappy thing to do.